Ignore the headlines and do this instead. A lot of people feel like the stock market is rigged against them. They say, John, when I buy something, it almost immediately comes down. When I sell something, it almost immediately goes back up. I'm so frustrated it's rigged against me. I understand. I felt for a long time like the stock market was rigged against me. How about you? Do you feel like the stock market is rigged against you? Please let me know in the comments, like this video, and follow for more. Thank God I eventually learned that it's not the news headlines that drives the stock market in the short term. It is the underlying mood swings, always very rhythmically flowing between happiness and fear. So now, not only in the short term are the underlying emotions exuberant, but also in the medium term, the underlying emotions are moderately happy to exuberant. And what eventually always happens, our brains, chemically, our bodies do not want to stay at a state of heightened exuberance for very long before we naturally come down. That, I believe, is what any day now, maybe today is the start, is happening in the stock market. So, because I have seen the exuberance, shared it with you every day, late last week, as I shared, I was slowly exiting very happily some of my long positions. Happy to do it. Today, I exited happily even more of those positions. And if I am right, and not every day, not down in a straight line, but as those emotions come back down from exuberance and possibly result in lower prices, I will use that cash that I have generated over the last half of a week, business week anyway, and put that money back to work at lower prices, as where the emotional herd, they sold at the bottom of the correction, they bought somewhere near the top, and they're going to get beat up all over again. So please avoid that. If you would like me to invest your portfolio for you through times like this, comment manage. If you would like to receive my real-time stock trades, comment trades. This is not investment advice, and if you don't know me, I'm John Crocker, professional investor, proud American, cigar lover, and owner of Crocker Capital, LLC. Here's the S&P 500. Most people late last week, and especially Friday, said, be damned the stock market at brand new all-time highs. I've got to get in. I've missed the rally. A lot of people felt that way. You know me, I was slowly selling the rally last week and sold more today. And here we are. One day does not make a trend, but down a little bit today on the S&P 500. I think we could come down lower. If by chance the S&P 500 could confirm below 6,906, I think that could lead to even more short-term selling. Watch these levels. I think most people continue on in gold here, hoping that it's going to go up. I exited the second half of my gold trade today. Why? Because I have shared with you for days and days now. All we've done is chop sideways for 3 weeks. For most of those 3 weeks, the market has been higher, so the two were no longer working in conjunction with each other. And how many times have I shared, if we can't close above the April 8th intraday high, that I think gold prices can come down? Now, I can't tell the future. Maybe tomorrow or by the end of the day today, we do close above that April 8th intraday high, but I don't think so. So I very happily exited the rest of my gold trade. So I am now out of gold and await the next high odds opportunity to come to me. Not forcing trades, waiting for it to come to me. The 10-year yield is fractionally higher at about 124 Eastern, but in general, people are realizing that the world is not ending, saying, and those bond yields, here's the 10-year yield, are choppy and falling. So that is great for my long maturity bond fund that I entered a few weeks ago when these yields were much higher. I do not think now that it is a high odds opportunity to take that long maturity bond fund trade if you are not in it already. If you've got to get into it, please use a trailing stop sell order. People are realizing natural gas is not going to zero. I outlined previously for you what I thought could be that bottom at $2.56 a cubic foot. So far, that has been the bottom. That's where I was sharing with you, and even a day or two before where I was a buyer. So natural gas, I'm enjoying being a little higher here on the day. I will continue to hold this trade either A, until natural gas comes up enough where I say, okay, I don't want to be greedy. Let me take some of those profits. Or B, it breaks below $2.56 a cubic foot. Pay attention. Emotional people getting antsy, pushing up the price of West Texas Intermediate crude oil today. So far, erasing the unconfirmed breakdown from Friday below $86.16 a barrel. above that. So now back in that range between $93.09 a barrel and $86.16 a barrel, we can easily chop, in my opinion, through that range. I continue to hold my short crude oil positions because this emotions, the fearfulness here in oil will not last forever. Enjoy. I hope you're short with me.